Students, welcome to class 8 maths. Today we are going to see exercise 4.4. In that we are going to see compound variation. Just we recall what is direct variation and inverse variation. If you take the two quantities, an increase in one quantity makes a corresponding increase in another quantity, then they are said to be a direct variation. Otherwise, if decrease in one quantity makes a corresponding decrease in another quantity, we say that is a direct proportion. Example for direct proportion is distance and time. If the distance increases, then the time taken to reach the distance will also increase and vice versa. Then we'll move to the inverse variation. Inverse variation, if you take two quantities, in one quantities, the increase in one quantity makes a corresponding decrease in the another quantity. Otherwise, decrease in one quantity makes a corresponding increase in the other quantity. That is opposite effect. They are said to be a inverse proportion. Example for inverse proportion is workers and time. If more workers are employed to complete a work, then the time taken to complete the work will be less and vice versa. Now we will move to the compound variation. There will be a problems which may involve a chain of two or more variation in them. This is called the compound variation. The different possibility of two variations are, it may be a direct or direct inverse direct, inverse. So compound variation means the problem which involve a chain of two or more variation. We'll move to the exercise. Your second question. 210 men working 12 hours a day can finish a job in 18 days. How many men are required to finish the job in 20 days working 14 hours a day? So you can take men, hours, days. Here 210 men working 12 hours can finish a job in 18 days. So how many men are required? So in the place of men, X. To finish the job in 20 days working 14 hours. So if you see here, the unknown is the men. So you have to compare the hours and days to the men. Here the first take men and hours. If you see the hours, 12 to 14 it is increases. When you compare this to 12 hours, 210 men means 14 hours. 14 hours means that time is increase. If time is increase means the number of men will be decrease. So more hours, less men. So one is increases, one is decreases. It is a inverse variation. So inverse variation means you have to write as it is, 12 by 14. Next, step 2, you have to compare days and men. Here 18 to 20 days it is increases. When you compare this 18 days, 210 men is working, 20 days means the number of men will be decrease. So here it is increases and here the number of men will be decrease. Therefore, more days, less men. It is also a inverse variation. Here 18 to 20 it is increases. When you compare this two quantity, 210 men working 18 days. If it is 20 days means the number of men will be less. Therefore, inverse variation. Inverse variation means the multiplication factor you can write as it is, 18 by 20. So 12 by 14 into 18 by 20 into 210. So cancel 0 0 and in 2 table 2 ones are 2 nines are 7 table 7 twos are 7 threes are. Again in 2 table 2 ones are 2 6 are. So here 6 into 9 into 3. 6 nines are 54. 54 into 3 is equal to 162. So 162 men. Your answer is 162. Third question. A cement factory makes 7,000 cement bags in 12 days with the help of 36 machines. How many bags can be made in 18 days using 24 machines? So here bags, machines, days. Here 7,000 bags, 12 days, 36 machines. How many bags can be made? So in the place of bag, write X. 18 days using 24 machine. Here the unknown is bags. So you have to compare machines and days with bag. Step 1. First compare the machine with the bags. 36 machine, 7,000 bags. Here the number of machine is less. From 36 to 24 it is less. That is decrease. So the production of bags is also decrease. Less machines, less bags. So both here 36 to 24 it is decreases. If 24 machine is there means the production of bags is also less. Therefore both less, that is decreases. So here both is decrease means you have to say this is a direct variation. Direct variation means the multiplication product you have to take the reciprocal. Instead of 36 by 24 you have to write 24 by 36. Just you have to take the reciprocal. Then step 2. So here you have to compare bags and days. From if you see here 12 to 18 it is increases. 12 days 7,000 bags means 18 days if you work the number of bags will be more. So here also more, here also more. So two quantities are increased. Therefore it is a direct variation. More days, more bags you can produce. So it is a direct variation. Direct variation means you have to take the multiple factors as a reciprocal. Instead of 12 by 18 you have to take 18 by 12. Therefore your third step 24 by 36 into 18 by 12 into 7,000. Here in 12 table 12 ones are 12 twos are. Then in 2 table 2 ones are 2 18s are. Then 18 and 18 cancel. So the number of bags can be made is equal to 7,000 bags. Next fourth question is soap factory produces 9,600 soaps in 6 days working 15 hours a day. In how many days will it produce 14,400 soaps working 3 more hours a day? Therefore soaps, days, hours. Here 9,600 soaps 6 days 15 hours. In how many days will it produce? So in the place of days put X. produce 14,400 soaps, working 3 more hours a day. That means you have to add with 15 plus 3, which is equal to 18. So 3 more hours extra they are going to work. Now the unknown is X, that is days. So you have to compare soaps and hours with days. First compare soaps and days. Here 9,600 to 14,400 it is increased. If you compare these two soaps and days, 9,600 soaps can produce in 6 days means 14,400 soaps, the number of days will be increased. Therefore, more soaps, more days we need. Therefore, here also more, here also more. Direct variation. Direct variation means you have to take the reciprocal, multiple factor, take the reciprocal. 14,400 by 9,600. Next step 2. Compare hours and days. Here 15 to 18 it is increased. 15 hours, 6 days means if the number of hours is increased, therefore the number of days will be decreased. If you work extra 3 hours in a day means then the number of days will be, working days will be less. Therefore less days, more hours. The inverse variation. So one less, another is more. So one quantity is less, another quantity is more means it is an inverse variation. Inverse variation you can write the multiple factor as it is 15 by 18. Therefore your last step is 14,400 by 9,600 into 15 by 18 into 6. So first cancel 0, 0. 144 and 96 you can cancel in 12 table. 12 8s are 12, 12s are. Then in 4 table 4 2s are 8, 4 3s are. Here 2 table 2 1s are 2 3s are. Then in 3 table 3 1s are 3 6 are. Again with 3 table 3 2s are, then 3 1s are. So the remaining is 15 by 7, 1 by 2 days. Fifth question, if 6 container lorries can transport 135 tons of goods in 5 days, how many more lorries are required to transport 180 tons of goods in 4 days? So here your step is lorries, goods, days. 6 lorries, 135 tons, 5 days. So how many more lorries? Therefore here in the place of lorries you have to write X. Transport 180 tons of goods in 4 days. So here the unknown is lorry. So you have to compare goods and days with lorry. So your first one is lorries and the goods. Here if you take 135 to 180 it is increased. 135 tons, 6 lorries means 180 tons we need more lorries. Therefore your step 1, more lorries, more goods. Direct variation. Direct variation means the multiplicative product factor you have to take the reciprocal, that is 180 by 135. Next step 2. Days and the lorries. Here 5 to 4 days it is decreased. So if you compare 5 days, 6 lorries means 4 days the number of lorries will be increased. For days and the laris, if you take the days 5 to 4 days, it is decreases. When you compare 5 days 6 laris means 4 days the number of laris will be more. Therefore here it decreases and here increase. Inverse variation. More laris, less days. Therefore inverse variation. Inverse variation means the multiple factor you have to write as it is 5 by 4. Your final step is 180 by 135 into 5 by 4 into 6. So in 5 table 5 ones are 5 27s are. Then in 3 table 3 nines are 3 60s are. Again with 3 table 3 threes are 3 20s are. Again with 3 table 3 ones are 3 twos are. Then with 4 table 4 ones are 4 fives are, which is equal to 5 into 20, 10 laris we need. Thank you students. Complete all the sums in your classwork note.